yogis and stretchers. We're going to come down onto our backs with a tri-folded blanket behind us. I'd like your hips to drop off the edge so the blanket comes right to the base of your spine. And head should be either on part of the blanket if that feels good, or maybe grab another blanket. At this point, bending both knees, plant your feet. So this just lets your spine know that it's all going to be okay. Arms and goalposts on either side of your body. If it's not comfortable for your shoulders, place your hands on your belly and gently feel the rise and fall of your breath. Hands on your belly, dear. There you go. And the wonder have to be masked. All who wander are not lost. So with your feet planted, your knees up, beautiful. Gently begin to kind of wiggle and swivel your hips down towards your heels. So you're lengthening your torso. Beautiful. Very, very subtle energy bodies to do this, to lengthen our torsos down. So knees apart just a little bit, Christy. There you go. Knees apart. There you go. Feet to feet closer together. There you go. That's the. So your feet are sort of right where your sits bones are, and knees under that. Beautiful. Taking 2 or 3 very, very deep breaths. Allow your gaze and your focus to go inward. So with eyes closed, allow your eyes to maybe roll up towards the center of your forehead, to the third eye space. Hands on belly. Feel the gentle expansion and contraction of your ribs and deep breathing. And now gently rock your knees 2 or 3 inches side to side, just enough to feel a little lift. You very slowly. Beautiful. And now stop your motion here, bring your feet back in, and very gently and slowly extend right leg and left leg down on your mat so that you're full length. If your hands are on your belly, please feel free to keep them there. If you'd like a little more extension, arms lift to the ceiling on an inhale. And as you exhale, allow your shoulder blades to now become flat underneath your back, opening your shoulders as though you're doing a goalpost sign, touchdown, arms up above head. The back of your hands are resting softly on the back on the floor behind you. And if it feels better for your shoulders or your hips to have your arms on a T at your side, that's fine too. Take one more very deep breath here. Fully exhaling, bringing that beautiful energy, the nourishing breath in all the way from head to toe. And now gently bring your right leg in and then your left leg in. Hands come behind your thighs. We're still up on our blanket bolsters ever so slightly. Slight elevation to drop the hips. And now extend your feet up to the ceiling, reversing the flow, blood flow, coming back to our hips from our feet. Circle your feet around. Gently more. Oh, nice cracks, Shannon. Warming up those ankles, a little bit of Vata energy stuck in your feet. Beautiful airiness of Vata. Dropping both feet down to the floor. Please bring your left knee into your body. Pull that left knee in. Pulling that left knee in. Beautiful. A little descending colon work for you all. And then extend the knee Christy's already there. Extend the knee out. And then very gently open that left knee out to the side of your mat. Maybe your hand comes to the inside of your thigh and holds the shin bone. And then take your right hand and place it on your right hip. There you go. Draw that sacrum back down on the floor. Open your knee out to the side, Shannon. Beautiful. Nice, Betsy. A little bit of, maybe you need to squiggle and squirm just a little bit to press open that inner thigh, pressing out. And now release your shoulders of any pressing. Allow your palms to face up to the ceiling. Holding that the knee is just gently out to the side. Let it fall as much as it wants to. If you would like to prop that knee with a block, that is a beautiful way to ground. So Patsy, put the purple block underneath that extended knee. Do the same thing. Christy, you don't have a block. You've got beautiful opening in your hips. When we ground our practice, we feel the earth beneath us. We sometimes bring the earth up to meet our body parts, knowing we can relax our energy and gravity down into the floor, into the earth. Take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. And now draw that left knee into the body, and very gently, left hand comes over, drawing the knee across your body, and a gentle twist to the other side. Oh. Flex both of your feet, and open that left arm out to the side. And please, you experiment as though your hand were the dial of a clock. Lifting the arm up, and then gently bringing it back down at your side, and then drawing it down to the bottom part of the numbers in the clock. For you all, whatever your clock face is. And I'm going to ask you to release the leg that's outstretched. So put a slight bend in the leg that is outstretched, which is going to release your glute. There you go, nice. Good idea, beautiful. Look at Patsy and Shannon. Release, put a little bend in that leg, that outstretched right, your outstretched right leg. Yes, there you go. Now you can really release that glute that was hanging on for dear life, so you're going to fall off your mat, which we're not. Oh, those beautiful let goes. Flexing feet, now pointing toes. Flexing feet and pointing toes. Beautiful. Now that you're rolled over, please remove the blanket that's behind your back. And on your sacrum, remove that blanket prop. This is a comfortable way to get out of that piece and bring both knees back into your center. Please hold behind your thighs and extend your feet back up to the ceiling. You might feel a little more energy, a little more buzz or thrum in the left side of your body since we've begun to work that. Bending both knees, feet come down to your mat. Please extend your left leg out all the way on the mat. Feel your sacrum, flat part of your pelvis, and your shoulder blades flat behind you. Lift your right knee into your body now. Gently pulling it maybe from behind the knee into your ascending colon. Also helps put some pressure on the lymph nodes. Lots and lots of lymph nodes going all the way down your side into your hips. Please circle the foot around. Nice. And then gently using your right hand, open the right knee out to the side, grab your block to place on the other side of your knee and allow that knee to open. Please flex the foot that's outstretched on the mat. So there's some energy going in there, stretching that foot out, flexing the foot out. And inhale, both arms come up overhead. Lift, inhale, and stretch your arms out up overhead, stretching out on that left side of your body, the psoas muscle. Flexing your toes up, you're getting a little hamstring stretch there. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the right knee back into your body. Bring your hands down. Both hands come on outside of that thigh, and then gently roll your knee over. Gently, gently, gently to the opposite side. Maybe you place your right hand in the hip crease of your right hip and draw that right hip down towards the front of the row. Flex and bend both feet. Flex and point your toes on both feet. And then release your glutes by putting a micro bend in the left leg, the outstretched leg. There we go, nice. Take some deep breaths. Perhaps the back of your right hand is massaging down on your sacral crest. There you go, Shannon, beautiful. Pressing down to push that hip as though you're almost pushed to tuck the hip under. That's a beautiful energy. Subtle release in the hip. Turning your head away from the knee that's bent. So I'm turning my head to the left, you would be turning to the right, mirror image teaching. Beautiful. And bring your knees back into your body. Please grab your straps. Everybody's got a strap by their sides, or a belt if you're zooming in from home. Good. And place your feet in your strap. Both feet lifting them up to the ceiling again. And with one strap in each hand, we're going to equal our hand straight strap out here. Good. Gently slide your feet to open your hands, open the strap, open the stretch. So you're in an oddly supported rhomboid. Nice. Patsy, drop your whole sacrum down on the mat. And to do that, so our hips are not flying up in the air, press your feet towards the base of your mat, away from you. There you go. Draw your feet. There you go. Patsy, I just saw your whole sacrum drop down onto the mat. Good, Dia. Beautiful, everybody. Dropping your feet away from your hands, away from your shoulders to press that tailbone down on the mat. We're stretching out our shoulders a little bit here. And now as you gently pull your strap down, let your feet slide in. And then lift your hands. So place your strap all in your left hand. Both straps in your left hand. Right hand goes out. And now, very subtle energy body. I want you to put your right hand in your right hip crease. I'm going to turn slightly sideways for my Zoom yogis. And so you're pressing down on that right hip. Draw your feet 4 to 6 inches off to the left side. There you go. Either way, we're going to do both sides. But try to press your hip down. It's trying to come up off the floor. This is IT band and deep six and obturator. Really deep muscles. In whatever side your feet are going to, bring your hands back up to the center. Switch your hands on the strap and allow your feet. You're actually pushing through the hip, through the heel of that hand, your hand. And you're going to feel it in the deep part of the glute muscles.
I felt it in my sacrum.
Yep.
So I'm not going to do this one.
Don't feel it. If it pinches or hurts, don't do this. Yeah, good. And bring your feet back up to the center. Please take your right foot out of your sling and drop it down, bending the knee, plant the foot. That's one option. Option two is to extend that leg out nice. And now open that leg all the way out to the side. If you would like a landing zone, place a block where your foot's going to land on the outside. There we go. And if your leg is extended, the opposite leg is extended, please be gentle and release the depth of how that leg is out to the side. Beautiful, Christy. Nice. And that foot can be propped on a block or a shoe. Well done with supportive yoga. Using her shoe and a gravel block for you. I like that. Beautiful. New shoe will travel. I'll have this ready for this side. I'm going to energetically do this with my toe and ask you to stop here. Like, ever so slight and subtle. I'm actually doing a toe adjustment. Can I touch your hip with my toe? Pull down here. Nice, yeah. You're staying in this pose for a reason. So pressing down on that extended right side. Touching the little adjustment with my foot. And that's what I want you to do. And if this foot doesn't land, it's okay. You're going to get a landing. And I can release. Shannon, can I do a toe adjustment? Yeah. It. Tell me when to stop.
That finger is jacked up.
Releasing is so bad. This is toe yoga. Beautiful. So, on the leg that's outstretched, the final piece here is to please release your hand strap. Release your hand strap. Good. And on the outstretched leg, take your thumb, Christy, and you're going to put your thumb deeply right into your psoas. That's it, ladies. That's it, D. I want you to give it a push. You don't want to do it, but I'm going to make you. Right in there. I want you to draw it out this way. That's it. Feel that? Good job. And Patsy, I'm going to have you put your right hand in your right hip crease. And do this. Take a little shift in your head turn. Beautiful. Hand sanitize. Keep moving forward. Nice work, everybody. All right. Hi, Barbara. Barbara. We're down on our mats, completely flattened out. I can't hear you, so we're going to have to just follow along from Zoom. There you go. Lie down on your back, grab your strap. Good. And open that leg out to the side. We're in a V. So let's get Barbara in on class.
I have to sit and modify because I have vertigo, so I cannot lie down.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Now bringing your leg back up to the center. Bring your foot back up. Change the strap so that now your left foot, or your right foot, excuse me, is in, and you can either keep the knee bent, listen to your lower back, love the cue, the feeling a pinch or a not so happy place. Extend the left leg out if possible, left hand on top of left thigh, and now with a block to catch yourself, Lock the cats on the opposite side, have our props ready, because you are set up. You have your block. As you open that leg to the side, interestingly, you probably have one side that is a little more open than the other. I use my left side more. And as you open that leg out to the side, you either have it in a strap or not in a strap. Beautiful. There we go. Now we get the fine tuning and adjustment. Please place your left thumb on top of your left hip to press in there, pushing that hip down. Nice. Pushing the hip down, beautiful. Lengthening, maybe supporting that. If your foot is in your strap, that's a beautiful support to hold that hip and foot out. As you're pressing down, feeling that deep stretch within the psoas. And just for fun, maybe play with lifting the left arm up and overhead to really lengthen the side bodies. And Barbara, for you, your modification here is just to lift your arms up and press your hand behind your body. This is just for Barbara G. Open your body back to press your arm out to get that length and lift in your side body. And you can do both sides. Obviously, you can have both sides going. There we go. So lying on your back, if you're doing it that way, arm it up overhead. If you're lying down on your mat, your right leg is out to the side, left arm is up. Two more deep breaths here, allowing the hips to open and relax. And then gently bring your hand down, bring your body in together, knees come into chest, release your strap, hands come behind your knees, and gently rock side to side. And then placing both hands on tops of your knees, circle your knees out to the side and in. Slowly, everybody, do this very slowly. Feel where your sacrum, as your feet come away from your body, dropping that tailbone down. Beautiful. And now gently holding your feet, please extend your feet up to the ceiling one more time. A moment of inversion. Flex your feet, press through your hips. And then bending both knees, feet come flat. Please roll to one side and stay there for just a moment. And then gently begin to press yourself up into a seated pose, seated posture.
Okay.
And feet are out in front of you. Beautiful. That's driving me crazy. All right, good. From here, please place your hands behind you. So we're sitting up. Now this is good for Barbara. Now she doesn't have to have vertigo from lying down. So everybody's in a seated position. Please lift your chest straight up to the ceiling, but keep your chin slightly tucked in. So we're not tossing our heads back. Lift your chest, open your shoulders, and then slowly and gently lift your chin just a little bit. Oh, good. And come up on spider tip fingers behind you, so you're lifting up. Flex both feet. Nice, Patsy. Good. Nice, Dia. Nice. Good. And then gently begin to cross your ankles, cross your legs, and leaning forward, walking your hands forward. Hands come to your knees. Good. From here, again, pull your whole carriage up as though the top of your head is lifting to the ceiling. We are literally lifting our bottom rib off of our hip bone. from a lifted position, bellies are pulled in. So you're pulling your bellies in tight to support the lower back, just like a door folds. So no curling. Just like a door folds, chins in, begin to press forward. You will feel this in the backs of your hips or anywhere you've played pickleball this week, which was a lot. Coming forward, I want you to lift your carriage up and hands now come before you and arms are straight, literally pulling your body up from your spider tip fingers, chins are tucked, and now really tuck your heads down and feel that beautiful lift in your rib cage. Toes can wiggle. As you can see, I'm not falling forward. I'm really just letting my hips open. By lifting my lower abs, I'm supporting my lower back. It's as though I'm coming behind you and hugging your whole carriage up. Beautiful. Release and coming back up to a full seated position. Crown of your head lifts. Gently walk your hands. Both hands come to the left side of your body and gently pressing down. Walk your left hand behind you and begin to gently let your body fall backwards like a reclining chair. Coming into this gentle stretch. As you do this, lift your left shoulder blade up, roll it back into the side. Not collapsing the shoulder down. We're presenting the shoulder back and then gently looking down at the floor. You might feel a release in your lower spine. Inhale and exhale. Walk your body back to the center. Beautiful work here. Nice. Walking it over and hands come over to the right side of your body. Same thing. Weight is now pressing into that right hip. Excuse me, your left hip. The hip that wants to lift, press against it to actually turn your back. And you're pressing your back behind you as you twist. Gently looking down. I'm using my arm in front of me as a balance. You can see my forearm. So your forearm is actually pushing in forward, walking in forward, and then twist against it. It's like you're telling the top of your thigh. See, you got your hand here. Hand comes over. There. And now brace your forearm against your thigh to twist. All right, everybody, come back to the center. And now tucking your chin in. As you inhale, first inhale. Then with the exhale, begin to drop it forward. Now we're going to be able to squeeze down just a little bit. If this is not happy on your knees, you're welcome to draw your feet out in front of you in Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose to drop down. Please, from this point, don't collapse your chest. Just lift your chest for a moment. Very similar to the half lift that we do in Sun Salute. So lift and then dropping down. I've got both hands, fingertips clasped. Stretch your feet out in front of you a little bit, Chrissy, just to see if we can release some of those. Good. And as you inhale, bring it back up. We're going to draw our left foot straight up and cradle our right arm under it. So whatever works for your body. This is one of Joanne's most favorite stretches. And you can have your foot, just don't sickle the foot. By sickling the foot, that's when we're collapsing and actually looking at how dirty the bottom of our feet are. Don't sickle your foot. Make sure it stays flexed. Wherever you can now lean and rock forward. This is the gentle nature. There you go. Patsy, how does that feel? Okay, flex, push your foot out. Push the knife edge of your foot out. That's it. That's a safe foot. When our knee is bent like this, we're in a very vulnerable position. Feel it beautiful. Nice. Relax your shoulders, please. Everybody release your shoulders down. Good. And then come to a gently held position. And I'm going to actually sweep my arm around and cradle this foot. You might be able to intertwine fingers, maybe. And Christy, I'm going to have you unsickle. You're doing great, but I want you to unsickle. That's it. Sickling the foot means you're looking at the bottom of it. That's what I want you to do, is have the foot like you're flexing against. Good. Now arm comes around the edge of the Not good for your spine. Okay.
My shoulder, too much massage.
Okay, so let go of your shoulder out like this, Shannon. And I want you to tip your head so you get the SCM release. Shannon does massage therapy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ed Yoga. She's a beautiful yoga teacher. If this is not good on your shoulder, please stretch. And just for fun, you guys can all try this. Reach your left arm out to the side. So your left arm is now coming down. And tip your head away from this rock. So you're getting a hip stretch, a gentle back stretch if you straighten your spine here, and the beautiful SCM shoulder stretch. This is undoing all those bar behind our heads squats. And now drop your heads forward. Beautiful. Feel your bellies pull in. Rotate your neck to the opposite shoulder. Don't go backwards. Do not ever tip the back of your head down your back. Not good for the C-spine. All right, enough torture on the one side. Drop your foot out of the cradle. Feet come out in front of you and gently bounce your knees. Feel a little more energy thrum in that one side, the left side maybe. Yeah, it's kind of buzzing. Toes up, toes pointed. Flex and point. Nice, Philip. Good job. And one more time, arms come up in front of you. This is a little added twist just in front. Hands come over like Frankenstein arms straight over to drop your hands down. And we're actually going to place all of our weight onto that right and left palm and roll up on our hips. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. What I want you to do is lengthen your right hip towards the front of the room now. There you go. Lengthen that right hip. We're going to do the same stretch, Philip, for you on our hands and knees. Patsy and Dia had a quick lesson in this stretch. And I don't know about you, Christy, but this is undoing half of Steph's class. Oh,
I love this one. I've never done.
oh, this is, I don't know where I came up with it, but it was unnecessary. This is called the Karin gentle twist. Drop it back over, so now both sits bones are on the ground. Good, Barbara. Hands come out in front, reverse, and hands come over the other way. And again, now come up on that right hip. And gently, gently, you know your bodies. Relax your toes, relax your shoulders, take a deep breath. Oh, this is like a psoas warm-up. Really dipping into that back or the side body intercostal muscles. Beautiful, and bring it back up to the center. There we go. Nice work, everybody. And please draw your right leg into your body. Same gentle cradle stretch. The left or the right hand goes around this leg, and the other arm comes in this way. Now you can hold your foot. This is perfectly fine. If you find yourselves crumbling down into a C here, it means you're trying to do too much to grab onto that foot. So use good body mechanics to lift your chest. Allow the airflow in. Maybe just hold this foot. Good. Other leg. Other leg. And draw, if you can, draw your arm around the outside of that. And if you'd like to give the body a little bit of an idea, fingertips can come together. And if not, you're fine. Just don't sickle the foot. There we go. Drop the knife edge the opposite way. Now my right shoulder's twitching and twiddling, so it must be a good hold. Yep. You might want to rock ever so slightly in this. Or holding your foot, get the rock, And if you need to bend that bottom leg for stability, beautiful. Nice modifications or options. I like options better than modifications. Good. Beautiful. Stretching that foot in. And now gently release this foot out in front of you. And the other leg comes out too. Inhale. Beautiful. From this beautiful inhale, you're pulling your lower abs in. Both arms come up. Inhale, lift. Goalpost arms to bring your hands out to the side. And this is a little bit of a balance pose. As you draw backward, engage your core, gently pressing your toes down. It's almost as though you're just leaning back into the world, saying, I can do this. Gently begin to pull your toes into your body, When you get your feet elevated, boat pose, breathe. Nice. Dee's puffing. She's going, she's in labor. And hands come under your knees now. Hold and now straighten your chest up and your back. Release, drop your feet down, cross your legs, walk it forward. Hands and knees, and here comes the hands and knees stretch. Chin, and you are gonna love this one, girlfriend. Onto our hands and knees. Beautiful, Barbara. If you can come over slowly so we don't upset the inner ear. Please extend it's my left, but your right leg out behind you. I'm gonna keep mirror image teaching here. Clearing props. That's what you say before you start small plane. Clear prop. Patsy, you got your pads there? Better girl. What I want you to do is actually put your weight as you're going to roll slightly out. You're going to actually drop your right hip. Yep, you're going to drop your right hip and turn this way. There you go, Shannon. And flex the foot that's on the floor. That's it. Nice. If you drop down your hip, what I want everyone to do, try to do now is drop into this stretch and look forward. Slight hinge forward in the hip. It's a standing arm balance pose for sure. A little bit of plank action. You got it, Shannon? Can you see me in the mirror? I can see you in the mirror. Beautiful. And then draw your hip back up. Arm comes up to the ceiling. And now overhead. So Patsy, you're actually up off the mat. Your hips are up off the mat. That a girl. I'm on my knee. She's in full. There you go. Drop your knee down. So my right knee would be your left knee. Yep, your left knee. Good. However you're doing, this is just a beautiful deep stretch. And then draw the arm out again. Come back forward. Chin, come up onto your fist. That a girl. If you have wrist issues, thank you for the reminder. Please please place your fist down on the floor. So now draw, for me it's my right, it's your left leg. Weight goes into your left hand. Circle and open to the side into this hip. There we go. First off, drop down deeply into that hip. I'm literally pulling from your hip muscle up through here. Is that a yes, a no, a maybe? Drop that hip down. Good, Christy. Drop that hip down. And then lifting up. So you've got your right knee is down. Right knee is down. This will be your switch. That's okay. It doesn't matter. Open that arm up. So this is a twist on a side plank. Side plank would look, for everybody's sake, like this. But I have the other knee down because I'm stretching out that back leg. Beautiful. And then bring everything back down forward. Toes together, knees wide. Come into child's pose. Very gently and slowly moving, Barbara. So you don't upset the inner ear balance for vertigo. I understand that. Suffered from vertigo for years and years and years and years. There you go, good. And then gently see if you can drop your forehead down. Barbara, good. I don't know, you can't, okay, you wanna leave your head up, I understand. Good. Nice. Philip, release your shoulders. Nice. Lisa, draw your shoulders down your back. Good. Good. Deep breaths here, everybody. All right, and now gently begin to walk your hands stretched out in front of you over to the right side. And walk your hands to the center and begin to bring them over to the other side. The cue here is to drop this should be drop your right armpit down into the floor. There you go. Yep, let that drop. Do you pull your lower belly up so you're not spine arching? There you go. To support the lower back, please pull those abs in. Beautiful. And then come back up to the center, bringing yourselves up into hands and knees, tabletop pose. Gently turning over your right shoulder, bring your right hip up towards your head. A little C-spine stretch. Gently back to the center. Barbara, I'm keeping you moving very slowly with your breath. Close those or open them. And gently come around. Beautiful. And then back to the center, curling your toes under. Curling toes under. Walk your body back. Gently walking everything back. Yep, there we go. This is where all the feelings and emotions start to come up. Can you curl your feet back a little bit more? So toes are not on the top of the toes. Actually want almost the balls of the feet coming back. And as you gently walk your hands back, lifting your knees up, begin to lift knees. So you're going to squat. If this is not good for your knees, please come into half lift here. So coming back. And if you would like to separate your feet, this much, just enough to do this. Elbows come between the knees. Good. Good, good. Tailbones are dropped down. Are you okay with this? She's ready to fly. She's ready to fly. Bringing your hands together. It's a bit of a balance pose. And if you'd like to have a block or a blanket behind your heels, if your heels don't automatically just drop down to the ground, which mine do not right now. There we go. Press back, nice, Dia, beautiful. Ever drop down? So this is a squat. This is called Malasana. Beautiful. My elbows are in between my knees, and so I'm pressing my knees in. That's the energy. You will feel a stretch in your lower back as you do this. Now, for those intrepid yogis who would like to try something just for fun, on a quick inversion, you do not have to try this. You may roll forward. Hands can come down, shifting your weight to your triceps. Dear, you're perfect exactly where you are in a forward fold. Barbara, do not try this. Maybe gently pressing up, toes lift off for crow, and then can come back down. I know, I got a good laugh out of somebody with that one. It's always fun. And then gently bring your elbows and hands to the opposite outside of your thighs to push. Now what I want you to do is push your knees apart and squeeze your elbows in. There's another interesting subtle stretch. There we go. So my knees, literally my biceps are catching the outer part of my thighs. There you go, Dia. Press way out. Push those knees apart. I'm pushing outward. There you go, Shannon. And then gently release, beginning to come to a standing position. Barbara, keep your head up. You've got the right idea. Slowly, for everyone else, your heads are the last things to come up. As we inhale, coming gently into a standing pose. Oh, wonderful moment. Hands up, palms clasped, knees are soft, fingers intertwined. Interlace your fingers. Feet are about shoulder width apart for stability. And then gently invert your palms up to the ceiling, stretching out the forearms. And then begin to gently come off to one side. I don't care which side you go. Oh, knees are slightly bent here. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Come the other way. Pulling those bellies in. And then release your hands from the grip. Hands come down to your side. Feet are a little wider. Shoulders roll and open. And then bring your left arm out in front of your body, right arm underneath, and drop your shoulders. That's what we tend to squish up everything here. So holding right at the elbow, and then turn that hand. Can you stretch out a little bit more? That's it. Huh? Are you no?
They get in the way.
I love it. Okay, don't have that problem yet. Good, come down. There we go. Good. And we can move our hands up and over, any things like that. I understand. Good. Stretching out that shoulder, and then release your arms, opposite arm. There we go. And then drop that shoulder down. Wiggle your toes here. Yeah, let everything go. And then dropping arms down. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, fold forward, coming down. Both knees are slightly bent. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale down. Gently inhale and bring your hands back up to center, up above your heads. Palms touch. Draw your hands off to one side. And come the other way, back up through center, stretching out the side bodies. Beautiful. And then come back to center, dropping into goddess pose. So both arms out, both legs are squatting down ever so slightly, wide stand. Shoulders back, good. Goddess pose. And then starfish pose, knees are straight, arms are straight out. Reaching your energy to both hands, way out. Inhale, arms come up. As you hinge forward, coming down, drop your hands all the way to the floor and gently begin to walk your hands forward into down dog, and then bringing your feet in, begin to pedal, holding one heel down, so stretching out those hamstrings. And then other knee comes slightly bent, and the other hamstring stretches. Beautiful. And reverse, stretching out the other foot. And this is another place where I don't know that my heels will ever touch ground completely, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay. And then dropping down to your knees, from here. Walk your hands up to knee standing position and arms come up overhead. Inhale and exhale, arms come down. Inhale one more time, lifting up. And now drop your left arm down and your right arm stays up. Reach, reach, reach that side body, pressing the left arm in. It's as though your left arm is pushing your whole right side of your body out to the side. We're going to hold it there. Good. Really push. So you're going to come and just do a little cue with you, Miss Betsy. And what you do is come way over. That's it. Use your left elbow to push it on your left hip to shove your whole areas out. That's it. Good. Right there. You're going to feel that in the base of your hips. Nice. Arms straight, as long as possible. Straight. Good. And then bring it back down. Opposite arm comes straight up to the ceiling first. Using your right arm to literally push your body in. So you're just tipping over the side. Long, long arms. Maybe your faces look down at the floor. My fingertips are bracing me behind my knee. Beautiful. And bring it back up to the center. Come down to hands and knees. We're going to do some cat-cows where you lift your belly up to flex and bend the spine. Pull the belly up, inhale, or exhale, excuse me, and then inhale, lifting your hips and your head slightly. And Barbara, just don't move your head with this, but move your spine. So for Barbara, you're literally just going to be moving your spine up and down with your head staying still. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale, using your breath to really flex and bend the spine here. Pull down. And one more time, pulling up and down. Good. Now as you bring your hands back, you're going to do an interesting cross. Probably the easiest way to get in this is to just lift one knee behind the other so you have crossed knees. There you go. It does not matter which one you have first. So one knee is crossed over behind the other. Pull your bellies in. Now lift. Do you feel a little more stretch maybe in the IT band? As you pull your belly up, pull, pull, pull. I feel it in the leg that's the forward part of the cross. And I'm pushing in with my back knee. And then uncross your legs, cross the other one. Good. And then lift your bellies up to the ceiling, up, up, up. And release, gently lift heads. Flexing and bending the spine with a little extra IT band stretch and pull up again. And down. And as you release, we're actually going to walk our hands back and begin to come into cow face pose. If this is not happy on your knees, please use a block or a blanket under your hip to prop, to sit on. That actually feels really nice. Grab one of your purple blocks, Dia. And you've got two there. And so I'm sitting, I've got my block on its side edge, or you can sit on a pillow. If your body and hips and knees are flexible enough, you can sit. You can come and sit back down on that heel. That's absolutely fine. Very careful with your knees here. There we go. So actually, your left foot needs to go underneath your body. You're perfectly fine. So you're literally, it's like a cross-legged position, but super tight. This is called Gamukhasana. And put your block under your left hip. Yep. That a girl. And I actually have my block tipped on the side edge, so I've got a little more lift. If you feel like it's going to be stable. Actually, flip your block to the other side. My fault. Yeah, there you go. From here, arms come out in front. This is cow face pose, Gamukhasana. Arms come off to the left side, very gently. Maybe fingertips come down to the floor. Again, weight. This is just exactly how we started class. Weight comes to the back hand. Gently twist. Drop your chins down. leaning back into that back body, getting an extra lovely stretch. The leg that is over on top, it's that thigh, the underneath thigh. It's getting a little more juice on the stretch. Beautiful. Back to the center. Remove your block. Easiest way to shift this pose is to come forward again to hands and knees. I think the easier I can get in and out of a pose, the happier I am as a yogi. And now I'm going to switch. My right knee is behind my left. It does not matter. Just switch. And you want your feet coming out to either side. So feet can come out to either side. And in the deepest part of this pose, this is a little bit of a knee crank for some people. Please flex your feet. There you go, Patsy. Good. We like safety in class, so you can either sit back completely, as I'm doing. Try to gently press. Oh, that top thigh away. I'm going to come up on my block too. I'm going to sit up on my block. So block on either side or block on one side. Gently pressing that femur bone. Oh, and I'm going to feel it right in the top of my hip here, yes? And sitting up nice and straight, body straight, shoulders relaxed, beautiful. Nice, Barbara. And very gently rock your hands to come up to the center, turn your hands off to the side, and come into a gentle twist. The interesting and beautiful part about yoga is if your twist feels better to go in the same direction as that top leg, top foot, please jump into that. This is not a bound class where you can only do it one way. This is your class and your supportive stretch. Nice. And then unfolding from this, this is a deep hip stretch also. Come forward, removing the block from underneath your seat. Walking your hands and knees forward. Toes together, knees wide. Come into a child's pose here. Drop your foreheads down. Taking 2 or 3 very deep breaths here. And then beginning to set up for Shavasana. So coming to your backs, however it feels comfortable to do that. So coming through pigeon might feel good. Releasing that knee out in front, turning. And then gently bringing everything back around. I'm going to put the microphone back in. It's coming to lie down on your backs. We're going to go just a couple of minutes past 11:30 to give everyone a chance to get good deep stretch. I don't know if you can hear my voice any better this way. Please place a rolled blanket underneath your knees. Place your blanket underneath, rolling your blanket underneath your knees. And Shannon's going to do a legs up the wall restorative Shavasana, which is absolutely fine. And you may do that too, Patsy, if you'd like to, your feet can go right on this back wall. Yeah, please do. And please, a block or a blanket underneath your hips. Sure, you can put them up on the bar. We're getting everyone propped. Yeah, nice, Christy. Nice and comfy. Yep. What color do you? Palms up or palms down, whatever feels most grounding to you. Finding a way to take some deep breaths here. Closing your eyes. Give the music a little more juice. And as you release into your pose of Shavasana, allow the ground to hold you, sinking in. Shoulders flat behind you. Release your shoulders. Release your hips. Now begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep, deep breath as we gently come back into our present moment. From reclining position, wherever you can stay there, you're absolutely perfect. Gently begin to move your shoulders and your hands. If you're on your back, bring one knee gently into your body and then the other. Then roll to one side. Stay there for a moment. Take a breath or two as you gently get your body stasis back together from lying down to seated pose. And as you find your way back up to a seated pose, very gently bring both hands to your chest, touching your pinky fingers and your thumbs. This is the Padma mudra. This is the lotus flower mudra. Opening fingertips towards the sky, very gently bowing your heads forward as though your frontal cortex can release all thoughts and energy into this open flower, this beautiful lotus flower. The Padma mudra. Opening and expanding our minds, gently and graciously going into the rest of our day. Kindness and compassion that we've shown ourselves in class today. This was a gift and beautifully received. Thank you to all my teachers before me and to each of you as my guides today. Namaste.